The Floridian restaurant just over here on Las Olas has sort of become my secret hideout. When I need a quiet place in the afternoons to do some reading or some writing or thinking, I like to grab a table in the back room, a cup of coffee, and I can get to work. And there's a door that the waitstaff uses to access the building off of the sidewalk, that back room. And they discourage customers from using that door as an entry to the restaurant. In fact, there's a sign on the door that says, "Please don't use this door, use the main entrance." And without fail, nearly every time that I am back there, someone who's not on staff walks through that door. I recently watched someone walk up to the door, pause when they saw the sign, read it, and shrug their shoulders and walk in. Full disclosure, I've walked through that door before too, and to me that sign doesn't seem to be worth the paper it's written on. But it makes me wonder, what makes something worth paying attention to? What is it that confers authority? What do you pay attention to? What do you listen to? And what don't you listen to? And how do you decide if something has something worthwhile to say? What about Scripture? Are there certain passages that you feel like carry more weight than others? Are there some that you pay attention to and some that you don't? And how do you decide? Last Sunday we spent time looking at the story of the birth of Isaac to Sarah and Abraham. It's a beautiful and hopeful story. And this Sunday we're going to look at the story of the other child, the boy born to Abraham and Sarah's slave Hagar. His name is Ishmael. And this is a tougher story to read. And as we read this story together, I'm reminded just how closely Scripture mirrors the world that we live in now. It's filled with stories of people with all kinds of faults making imperfect decisions with significant consequences. I want to encourage you to read this story before Sunday, picking up right where we left off in Genesis chapter 21, verse 8 through 21. And as I read challenging stories like this, I'm reminded that we are called as Christians to wrestle with this whole book, not just those passages that we like or that make us comfortable, that we're familiar with, but with all of it. Because I believe it has something worthwhile to say about who God is and who God has created us to be. I look forward to seeing you this Sunday at either the 9:30 or 11 o'clock worship services in person or on the live stream. I hope you have a great rest of your week. We'll see you soon.